Hey guys, Pedro here. In our first video, I showed you how to use a Hal9 chatbot or a Hal9 agent through an API when using the Hal9 API. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own API with full control over the endpoints, over the code that is managing your API. And this is for an advanced use cases where you want to maybe define multiple endpoints or when you want to use multiple models for your AI application. Maybe you're using lighter and smaller models for some things and bigger models, or maybe you're doing image generation with other models. Maybe you're pulling data from somewhere else. So there are a lot of good reasons to have this architecture of multiple endpoints, and this is the way to do it. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do after you sign up and get an account is you want to come here to create, try now. And this is the Hal9 kind of base chatbot. This agent can do a lot of stuff. And basically what I'm gonna ask this agent is to generate a fast API boilerplate app that always replies with hello world. So basically what I'm doing is I'm using the Hal9 assistant to generate what we call an asset. That asset is going to be our API, and that asset is going to be deployed separately from the chatbots. You can open assets with this button. I'm gonna go with command click or control click if you're in Windows. So this is my asset. It's just replying hello world here. Again, this is kind of useless, and this is the code. Hopefully you can read this better like this. So I'm gonna delete some of the lines because Hal9 is taking care of all this. I'm gonna delete the import unicorn. And basically I want to start by just showing you how this call would work, and then I'm gonna show you how to actually use an LLM from this code. First of all, you need to define this as unlisted. This is the default. I'm gonna write here some descriptions. I'm gonna name this example API. This is an example API. I'm gonna click save. Remember that every time that you change the code, you want to click save here on the edit tab. So I'm gonna delete this endpoint as well. So we just want a very simple example using fast API. Basically, I just want to see the hello world from Postman, and we're ready. We just need to assemble our call. I'm here in Postman. I'm gonna do a get request because my endpoint is a get, and the URL is gonna be the URL of the asset that I have. That's my username. This is the name that I gave to my asset, and we're gonna add the subdomain API, and we're gonna do a /proxy / the endpoint that we have here. So in this case, this is just a slash. We have the header from before, the content type application JSON, and the API key. Remember, you want to have here the API key that you can get from the developer section in Hal9. We go here to body raw, and we can send whatever we need here. No, in this case, my endpoint doesn't require any information, so I'm just gonna call it and show you what the response is like. So we got the hello world that we expected. That's great. This is exactly what we wanted. No, so if you're already familiarized with Fast API, you know you can just add more endpoints. You can do whatever you want here in this Python script, and you can call it from here. Just to address some of the messages that we have gotten this week, I want to show you how to call an LLM from here and how to use your tokens from Hal9. So you can build things with actual AI. We're going to need the OpenAI library, and we need to define a client. this client, you can see that is using our proxy, the Hal9 proxy. And in this case, I'm going to be using Grok because we want to use Llama. So this is an example. You could be calling OpenAI or some of the other model providers that we support. I'm going to be adding a new endpoint here that is called LLM. And I'm going to define a function that just calls an LLM. You can see that it takes a prompt and it will return a string. That's the response from the model. And you can see here that basically we are saying the user is saying the prompt. This function will call our Llama model and we'll get the response back to us. So in this case, we could add a little bit more complexity here. For example, we could add a system prompt. We could say that system, you are an oracle and you predict the future based on the user's zodiac sign. So it's more or less the use case that we had on the previous video. Again, this is just an example. If you're not familiarized with this, basically the system prompt is kind of the high-level instruction that we're giving to the LLM, and the user prompt is the message that we are sending that will be answered based on the system prompt. So this is it. We have this function here. Let's just finish the endpoint. Answer, let's say LLM response. And we're going to say here that we want a prompt. And I'm going to set a default, let's say Gemini. So here I'm gonna do reply with ask LLM. And we're just gonna pass the prompt. So I'm gonna try this. I don't know if this will work. We want to go back to edit, hit save, and we want to try this. We need to send, as a parameter, we need to send the prompt. Oops. With our zodiac sign. So I'm gonna say Libra here, send, and you can see here our response. No, Libra is the 7th sign, blah blah blah. Libras are often romantic and sentimental. Yeah, that's true, and they value deep connection. So yeah, I mean this is it. This is an API running here. And as I was saying, this is a very simple example, but for projects like our Pixel or any other things that you're building where you need different endpoints, you can just add them here. And it's really cool to do, for example, chains of calls where you might ask a collection of agents or a sequence of agents for different stuff. Maybe you want to call another API to gather data and assemble the response that will be provided in a single endpoint. So, so hopefully this helps. Again, I've been working with this in the past few days and weeks. It's very useful to build products or services online very easily. And let us know in the comments if you have any questions, if you have any trouble, if you need any features that we add. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We're going to be posting videos like this in the next few days. So happy building.